one day that I think that he totally lost, and we know he lost, but then he's still going. Is that right, leader? Many times he lost. But from the loss, and then he learned to be the best, right? Why? Because he never quit. Yes. From my beginning until today, he never drops. And to me, since I work with him until now, one thing that I love him about that his attitude. He always smile, always caring. And the other things that he always put that on first. If you see the young man like this outside, he even have fun at the clubs, right? Girlfriend. I think that he have a problem. I don't see girlfriends. Girlfriend, spending money. He start here would start just like most of everybody, zero. And today will be a special day to prove that been follow system, now he become to be a different ones, right? So we have to very take this serious moment to come to celebrate for him for all his success. Before this, I would want to bring up here one of the gentlemen that we walk through with him every step. I want to bring up here his leaders, Mr. Jojo. And can we invite all MDs up here? Thank you. And I'd like to share something.
Hi, good evening, friends, WFP and WSB friends. Today is the WFG, WSB promoted a person under my team and officially promoted as a marketing director. He has been in the business for almost 2 years. After several attempts of running an MD, several attempts for almost, maybe 1 year. After several attending conventions, finally he got promoted by WFP, WSB. And tonight, it's no other than Conrad.
Jojo, you need to give it to him.
You can help. We give a jacket first.
The jacket first, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Jacket.
All right.
Is it good? If you become an MD, you have there you go.
Wow.
Accept this jacket officially for being.
Wow.
You still have the label.
Take that off.
Price tag.
Spank you.
Accept this block for you.
Picture.
Let me go like this.
Congrats, mom and dad.
Mom and dad.
Speech.
And then you guys are coming in on that side?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You first.
Oh, who's taking
Maybe
the
Jolie
picture?
want to come in this side.
Oh.
Yeah. Let him send a video.
Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
All right.
Picture.
No. It's us first.
Oh.
Do it again.
We'll move the picture.
All right.
Nice. Then I'm going to go on that side.
Say something now.
Say something.
You want me to say something?
All right. Yes.
Okay. Guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. This is special for me because I've been working hard at this, but it's not just me, it's all the people that have supported me throughout this entire journey. I really appreciate Jojo. He's one of the best examples of servant leader that I have ever met. He always supports 100%. He never complains to me about how much of a headache if I am to him. I don't know. I don't know.
We all complain for him.
I'm sure they all complain to Jojo.
Because I don't want to hear complaints.
And I want to really appreciate appreciate on my parents because, you know, when you're growing up and you have no way to see whether your parents are teaching you what you need to know or not, and then you go out into the world and you meet other people and how they interact with their kids. And then all the times I fought with my mom and my dad about things that were like little, minuscule, they don't really matter. I come back home after seeing thousands of families and how they treat each other, how they treat their kids. And I just realized that I have one of the most loving and supportive families. And I especially want to thank the leaders here who've spent time to develop this office. They already have offices all around the U.S. They have, but they especially planted their flag in Dallas. So many of them travel from about an hour or more to get here every Tuesday, every Saturday, and every event. Many of their times, the teams are not even here, but they're here for us. So I'll milk all the time I can possibly get so I can have all the people that I can bring here to put in front of these guys. And it's really an honor because you're looking at an assembly of people who are not from this country, people who came here to make what American Dream is supposed to be about. And people say that the American Dream is dead, but that's really only for the people that believe it so. I love, Edison said one time, he's like, yeah, money does grow on trees and on the floor here. You can just pick it right up. But I think he comes from the mentality that you have to develop that. I don't say I'm lucky, I say I create my own luck. And I'm definitely sure that each one of these gentlemen and women have definitely done that. I really admire them for their leadership. There's a lot of times I've been frustrated myself. I'm from the millennial generation. Every single excuse that all of my entire team here has given me is the same excuses that I've ever given to all. I'm like, it's boring. It's the same thing over and over again. I don't even understand them. But no, I do understand them. They're Filipino and Asian, so I understand them. But the thing is, I have to shift my mentality, and we have to shift our mentalities. Today I'm talking with Brittany, and we're doing training, and we're talking about, yeah, a lot of people aren't looking for insurance. I'm like, that's true. A lot of people are not looking for insurance. A lot of people are not looking for financial planning. And therefore, we see online when you're supposed to use GoFundMe to fund your fun dreams or your fun things that you want to do. But no, there's 800,000 funerals on GoFundMe. That's ridiculous. It's supposed to be for nonprofit, not charity case for your family member because they didn't decide to be in charge of their own finances. But no one can blame any of these people because we have a messed up system of teaching people how not to take care of themselves, how not to be responsible for their own money. And so I'm very, very passionate about what we do here. I have a list that I drew up earlier of all of the things that I've accomplished or tried to do in my 20s. My parents have taught me to be very stable, but I decided to just do random everything. So I've gone and done everything. I have been in politics, I've been in entertainment, I've done traditional stuff, I've done door-to-door stuff, I've done business-to-business, I've done network marketing, I've been a wedding coordinator, an event coordinator, political consultant, a business consultant. I've been a marketer. You can name it, I've probably tried it. We've developed a startup a tech company. That's one where you ask somebody for $1 million and they ask you when you're going to return and say, we don't know. In 5 years we might have something for you, but we're not sure. I've sold electricity products. My mom was in Mary Kay. I was a Mary Kay consultant. I was sold ADT systems, door to door. I've sold pretty much everything. I've sold reams of paper. I've sold desks. That desk that's out front there, I've sold something like that. I've sold chairs. I've pretty much sold it all. And what I've learned is that you can sit there for 50 minutes, like half an hour, 30 minutes to an hour, and you can sell something for $5, or you can sell something for $1 million, and it's the same amount of time, but you can increase your income just by deciding what are you going to be sharing to people. And what I'm finding that's most valuable in what I'm doing today is the fact that I'm sharing to people how I can save them and their families and protect them and grow their monies and allow them to retire, allow them to hit $1 million in savings, in growth for their monies. And this is such a phenomenal thing that I wish that we can have this room packed. So to my team that's sitting out here right now, there's a lot of us that's missing. We've had a great Memorial Day weekend. I'm pretty sure people are still recovering. But we definitely can. Each one of us that I sat down with, that you guys are currently on my team, each one of us have already done something beyond what you thought you were going to do by yourself. And it's very powerful that we can do what we've already accomplished at such young ages. Established so many different businesses, thought about dreaming big, gone on trips across the United States, and started planning for $1 million real estate deals. I mean, some crazy things. But I think the most important thing is the foundation of our own finances and where we're going to be. So regardless of whether or not we retire in 5 years because we've made a lot of money in business, or we really retire because we set the foundations for ourselves. My goal is that we develop 50 millionaires in the next, my own team, 50 millionaires in the next 5 years. And, I think it was 3 years. I forget when I started this. I told, oh yeah, you're the first example because that was 2 years ago. So 5 years means 2021. And it's not very hard to go establish $1 million. We just want that to grow and teach people compounding interest. Simple ideas that people do not know about, but they should learn about. We need 1,000 people in this room. We don't need like 20 of the same people. You know what I mean? So I would say to you guys, don't be afraid to share what you're learning. And don't be afraid to learn more. And don't get into your own head, like I did for myself, about like all the things, the reasons why I didn't want to invite anybody here, or I didn't want to talk about this business or what we're doing. I've spent about 2 years, really. The very first time somebody talked to me about this business, I was 19 years old. And I don't want to sell paper. I don't want to sell something that like you can't touch, you can't feel, you can't hold. But now with this campaign, I really understand that what we're doing is we're sharing solutions that are going to be saving people's lives. And we're enrolling people into things that are going to empower them and empower generations. So I want to help every single one of our team members here develop generational wealth. I want to help every single one of the people that are going to come after you guys. Like Don, I'm really appreciative. 300 SMDs later, want to be able to beat you there and then keep going beyond that. Xuan Nguyen, a guy that came from nothing, like the stories of people who come from Vietnam on a boat. Some of the people don't make it because the country was under siege and they're refugees to America. And 40 years later, he comes back with $20 million plus to invest in his country by just having his people, our people, celebrate in what we've accomplished in helping so many families out. In April, we've protected more families than the entire company has ever done. And for me, that's an accomplishment. For me, I participated because I've also been able to protect more families in this 1 month than I've ever done. So I'm really, really proud to work with each one of you guys. I'm really, really glad you guys have been keeping up, letting me keep up with you guys. And thank you so much for all the time and energy you guys spend. And I'm excited to blow it up this year in 2018.